What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Portal. I'm Blammelton, and in this episode, we're going to try to continue on in our kind of pseudo speed run. And so, I guess speaking of that, there is something that I should point out. Now, in I believe it was the last episode, I said something along the lines of the fastest speed run that I saw was actually an hour long, and that's actually not true at all. The fastest run that I actually saw was actually about 10 minutes long. The hour-long one was of Portal 2, which is still crazy. I mean, let's see, is it... Okay, it is still coming from this side, I believe. Right? No. This one deactivates. Okay. But still, I mean, it's crazy to think that this, oh, God. It's crazy to think that, you know, that people are getting so good at this game, even though it's only a couple of years old, that they're making some of these, like, incredible, like, speed runs. I mean, the way they were able to get through it, and, like, I would say the fastest one that I saw was, like, about 9 minutes and 50 seconds? Which is just, I mean, that's crazy that you're able to do that. But a lot of this also involved the person glitching through the world itself to the point where they were actually skipping over, not only skipping through the levels from, you know, the beginning to the very end, but they were skipping over levels entirely, where they would jump from the beginning of one level to the end of, like, you know, something that was, like, 2 levels away. And before we continue on, I should point out that right behind here is another area where you get a lot of the, you can read the walls and get a lot of the backstory for Portal, or it gives you a little bit of an idea of, like, what's going on here. More of showing you everything's not quite as, you know, not quite the way GLaDOS is telling you it is. But anyway, yeah, so these speed runs were really impressive. And even then, I was still noticing times where it's just like, there were just little things that was like, just barely missing a certain, you know, portal shot. Like, the way they're doing it is they were putting portals on the walls, but they were angling themselves just so that they could see beyond the walls of the actual level, and you were able to see the walls of all the world around you, or to the very end of the level that you're on. Which, oops. Did not mean to do that. So you're shooting a portal to connect 2 points between, you know, a beginning... Cake. I know, there's cake. Delicious, delicious cake. But still, I mean, it's pretty cool that, you know, that people are able to get through this game, like, so incredibly quickly. Which way are we going? Yeah, we're going up there. But, I mean, in the end, you know, there's not really all that much that I think I'm going to be able to do to compare with that. I mean, I really do love playing video games, but I'm not nearly good enough to even compare to some of these people. I mean, a 9-minute, 50-second run of Portal, like, I think I thought I was good when I finished the game, you know, in an hour. So, anyway, this is probably my worst point in the game. Like, I've tried this level many times, and I just can't seem to improve. It's just a really slow-going level for me. Damn. No. Let's go. My keypad, or my gamepad, does not seem to want to work with me. Okay, there we go. Now we'll put our other one there, and then we'll put you over there. Okay, try that again. So, over the past, this past week, since I made the last episode, there's not really a reason why, but I have been putting a lot of thought into the idea of how portals work. And I'm not saying that in the sense of, okay, well, you know, if we put, you know, up 2 portals and all this stuff, and how could the machine be made? What I mean is that, like, I was actually trying to figure out what's a plausible way in known science where we could... What the F? In known science that we could potentially create a portal gun. Or, as it is, a gun that will create a portal between 2 points that will allow you to transfer from point 1 to point 2. Now, I think the most plausible idea is going to be along the lines of wormholes. And that's basically... Ideas are, more or less, the idea that if you were to... Okay, so if you were to think of a distance between 2 points as a straight line, that being said, it means nothing... We're not worrying about obstacles or things that get in the way or anything like that, like walls or, you know, furniture or cameras on the wall or anything. Just think of it as 2 points. And think of life, or this distance, as a straight line. Stop moving, please. Now, if we would do this, and we would think of this distance as a straight line, the way we would, I guess, we would deal with this is that... Did it get knocked down? Or did it get up again? We're never gonna knock it down. It gets knocked down. But it gets knocked up again. Okay, I'm sorry. So, a distance between 2 points that is a straight line. As in, think of if you got a long piece of string, and you held it at 1 point, you held it at a 2nd point. And as I said, there's no obstacles in between these points, because, I mean, if you're teleporting, there's not going to be any obstacles in the way anyway. So, yeah, as it is. There are 2 points. Point 1, point 2. Alright, let's see. I need to get on that. Now use that to go down here. Press said button. And in we go. But, okay, so 2 points, and there's a line connecting these 2 points, okay? More or less what we're seeing here is that there's a straight line here. Now, normally what you would have to do is to get from point 1 to point 2 is you would have to travel all the way along this, line. And once you got to the end of, say, point, of 1 point, you would go through, and then you would, oh, damn it. Okay, there it goes. You would go all the way through to the next point. Damn it. Now, the way a wormhole works is that it's going to... The way a wormhole works is as opposed to, going all the way along this straight line, what you're going to do is instead going to bring 2 points of the string together to shorten the length of the string and kind of make the distance in between them much, I don't want to say shorter, but you're just you're cutting out bits and pieces of the travel. Now, the idea of wormholes, from what I've heard, and I could be mistaken with this, but I've heard that apparently it's along the lines of if a wormhole were to exist, it would require more energy than our sun would be able to produce in its entire lifetime. Which, I'm sure you may be able to realize this, but that's a lot. So, yeah, that's going to be kind of a problem of producing the wormholes. Now, something else I was just recently reading, or hearing, or listening to, or something, I can't quite remember where, but was saying along the lines of that not only do we have to worry about creating these wormholes, but we also have to worry about sustaining them, because apparently they are affected by gravity. That being said, gravity is going to more or less cause the wormholes to start collapsing in on themselves as you're traveling through them, which is not a good thing if you're the astronaut that's flying through these wormholes. You know, you don't want to get crushed inside of these things. I want to say if I'm not entirely sure of the outcome. I want to say either you would be crushed, which wouldn't be completely, out there, or you would be stranded. I'm not sure what the outcome would be. I'm not, as I said, I haven't done the actual math and science myself because, well, I'm not that smart.
What are you doing?
But
Stop it.
I want to say the idea of like solving this issue would be using using antimatter, which I believe they said causes anti-gravity, which, as you could imagine, is the opposite of gravity, and would cause and would more or less push the wormhole outward. But then you have to deal with the idea of, okay, well, you are dealing with anti-gravity, which is a type of matter that when hits, or antimatter, which when hits regular matter, can, destroy itself. I want to say when antimatter and matter touch, they actually release large amounts of energy, which, oh, damn it. They release large amounts of energy, which is, no bueno, because then they also destroy themselves. Hey, I made it!
You haven't escaped, You're not even going the right way.
I think I am going the right way. I think you're just telling me I'm not. But anyway, so yeah, that's potentially one way of dealing with, can I hold it? No, I can't hold it. Okay. That's potentially one way of creating these portals. It's just, with such a small little gun like this, I think the energy, part might be a little bit of a problem. But, stand up. There we go.
It was a fun test, and we're all impressed at how much you won. The test is over. Come back.
I kind of suck at this part. I will admit it. I suck at getting these to stay on there. There we go. Got it. Now, another idea for teleportation, and I guess this one could be theoretically considered more to do with, more to do with actually, not really teleportation, but actually, or portals, but more like teleportation itself. Actually comes from the show Star Trek. No, you'll have to forgive me. I'm not much of a Star Trek viewer. God damn it, what the F? It's not that I have anything against it. It's just, it's probably the same reason I never started watching Doctor Who. Because, like, I just don't know where to start. I mean, it's almost, I mean, there's so many episodes, and it starts in so many different areas. I don't want to just start in the middle of an episode and feel left out. So I just, you know, never started Star Trek, and I've never started Doctor Who, because I just don't know where to start. Anyway, that's not the point of what we're talking about right now. I want to say it came from Star Trek, and I want to say they actually touched in on it just a little bit themselves. But the way their beaming system, their teleportation system works, is that the machine actually, instead of like teleporting you, it scans your body, your entire body. It realizes what components make you up, and it's no, damn it. It scans your body. It copies, you know, what you're made of, all the atoms, the arrangement of all your molecules, and all that good jazz. And then it uses that to recreate you in the second location by taking, you know, existing molecules and putting those together. Well, I guess atoms and molecules and all that good jazz, and use that to make a copy of you. But then you come into a few problems with it. I want to say that the one that they touched on was that, well, are you're still yourself anymore? Because at that point, it's not that you aren't you, but you aren't the same you that you were before. As in, there are different materials making you up. And I can't see where I need to shoot my portals. Oh, I think I'm supposed to launch this right. I'm down just a little bit too low. Ah, there we go. Okay. Let me through. Okay. There we go. But you're not really, I don't want to say you're not, well, the way they put it is you aren't you anymore. You're a copy of yourself. So every time you are teleported, you are this machine taking you apart and then taking completely new material from a new location, since, you know, the idea of you can't really create or destroy matter is, you know, against the laws of nature. Oh, no, damn it, damn it, damn it. But anyway, so, yeah, so there's that notion. Then you also have to get to the idea of, you know, similarly, like, what happens, just like if wormholes existed, what would happen if, say, you know, the machine messed up? I mean, even if we look at cancer per se, that's just one, or that's just, you know, small little changes in our DNA that cause us to cause a cell to completely mutate to the point where it no longer acts as a normal cell is supposed to. Instead of, you know, most cells, most cells, instead of most cells have an more or less an on-off, oh god, shit, have an on-off switch that tells them, one, okay, if something comes along and if something from your body comes along and tells you to die, then you're supposed to die. There's also a point in your cells that say, okay, you're supposed to grow only when you're supposed to be told to grow. Now, if say hi.
Don't end up here.
Now say if perchance, you know, this, you know, those little, a mutation can cause your cell to, for one, mutate so that your body can't kill it, and two, your, the cell doesn't stop growing. That's where cancer comes from. So it kind of leads to, you know, a few problems like that. Potential health problems, because, you know, nothing is perfect, even machines, you know, there could always be a malfunction that causes this to happen. And it also leads to the idea of, like, well, how much energy and what's going to be required to do all this as well. Look, we can play on computer. We'll play Portal and Portal. But anyway, I think we're in a good point now where we can start wrapping up this episode. We'll pick up next time as we continue on and you know, see how things go from there. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys too much with the talk of teleportation and wormholes and copying our cells and all that good jazz. I mean, I'm sure there are more other theories out there. Hell, we could try to figure out why Deadpool is able to teleport with his belt. You know, what does his belt do that causes him to be able to teleport from one location to the other? But that being said, you know, we'll figure out that next time. But until then, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you all later, and you guys take care. Bye-bye, everyone.